They want to know about you.
What is going on, guys? It is Guns as always, and today we're going to take a look at Xur. So first off, Xur is appearing on Nessus this week. You no longer have to look for Xur. Xur is no longer a point that everyone's going to have to worry about. You probably don't even have to watch videos anymore regarding of where Xur is going to be, because he will show up on the map for you, marked with a 9, a Roman numeral 9. So let's take a look at Xur physically first off. Weird thing, if this hunter will... Okay, I just faced through. There's an Osiris symbol on his right-hand side. I think that's kind of interesting. I have no idea what that indicates, but it looks like it's covering up another symbol. So, that's interesting to me. You still cannot see any of Xur's body. However, the tentacles that come out the front of his face, they appear far less ethereal than they did in Destiny 1. And they actually appear as real physical tentacles in Destiny 2. They had a more ethereal look to them. So this makes me feel that Xur is not actually humanoid whatsoever. He just takes this shape because it is pleasant to us. And of course he has the symbols of the 9 on his chest. Things are going to get way more interesting later on when we actually visit a space of the 9. So Xur is going to have exotics every single week. 4 new exotics. He's missing a lot of his old previous things that he used to sell for legendary shards. I'm a little bit disappointed with that. They've simplified Xur down a lot. I don't like that. First off, because exotics are really easy to get in this game. I was only missing 1 this week. I was missing Merciless. I had everything else. Exotics are way easier to get. I don't like that this time around. They don't feel worth it. And considering there are far less exotics in Destiny 2 than there are in Destiny 1, just because of a reappropriation of gear and everything like that, which is understandable, they feel less easy to get. But let's go on and let's talk about the items. So first off, weapons will be sold, 1 a week apparently, for 29 legendary engrams, and then we'll have 3 armor pieces, 1 for each class. Armor pieces cost 23 legendary shards. I said engrams, but I meant shards. First on the list is Merciless. This is an insta-buy. Insta-buy. If you don't have it, buy it. Let's talk about why. Merciless has the Conserve Momentum perk. It's intrinsic. Non-lethal hits with projectiles make this weapon charge faster until its wielder gets a kill. Meaning, if you're shooting at a boss and you don't kill him, every single time you hit him and it doesn't kill him, you'll charge the next shot faster, and faster, and faster, and faster, and faster, to the point that it's bursting out the last 3 to 4 rounds of its magazine. As a matter of fact, I might be able to demonstrate this to you here. Well, no, I only have 1. Okay. That's sad. But this is a great boss DPS weapon. It has another thing, and this is the best way to use it, Impetus. Reloading immediately after kill increases weapon damage for a short period of time. So you would kill one single enemy with this, reload it, you have increased weapon damage, and then you unload into the boss, and it does an extreme amount of damage. This is really good for strikes, bosses. It's just a fantastic weapon all around. Very high, bursty DPS. It's wonderful. That is an insta-buy no matter what class you are, what playstyle you are. Buy it. Just buy it. Radiant Flux. This is for the Hunter class. This is great for Arc Strider. Arc Staff? Arc Strider? I don't play Hunter, so I don't know the names of your classes. This is for your Arc Staff wielding Hunters. This is great for them because each successive attack with Arc Staff increases its damage output and duration. Now, it says quick successive attacks. So multiple quick successive attacks in a row with Arc Staff increase its damage output and its duration. Now this does not say anything about kills. So if you're hitting a boss with your Arc Staff and you're doing multiple quick successive hits over and over and over, you're increasing the damage it does and the duration it has. You do not have to get kills for this to work. Now this does work in large groups with kills, but this makes Radiant Flux a wonderful boss dealing damage super because of what you can do with it here. Highly recommend it for Arc Staff Hunters. It's wonderful for boss DPS. A great thing you should absolutely pick up. Makes Hunters one of the highest dealing damage boss classes that there is for single target DPS. Doomfang Pauldrons. Skip. There's a lot better. Wings of Sacred Dawn. Okay, well, now let's go back to Doomfang Pauldrons. I'm a Titan. I main Titan. I play Titan. I live Titan. I breathe Titan. Titans are superior in every way to everyone else. Get over it. Doomfang Pauldrons are worthless. they're worthless in my opinion. Let me explain why before you're just like, you're wrong. So Doomfang Pauldron's Shield Bash melee kills. So when you're in your super, you get a Shield Bash, and that's considered melee. Shield Bash melee kills recharge your shield, bro. Okay. Melee ability kills recharge Sentinel Shield Super. So your melee ability kills will recharge your Sentinel Shield Super. So it recharges your super, your melee ability kills. Now that's not too bad if you can get running the Shield Bash. It's okay. These are about same in terms of damage dealing, defensive strike, and shield bash. The difference is this one gives you an overshield, this one disorients enemies, and you have to be sprinting in order to do it. The shield bash does do a little bit more damage, but not by much. Not enough to make me go, no, I don't want an overshield. You always want the overshield. However, this requires you to rely on your ability cooldown. So this works if you want to stack melee cooldown on your gear for your Sentinel. Stack a ton of melee cooldown and it would work, but it's vastly inferior to the Striker's Insurmountable Skullfort, which is infinite melee. I get infinite melee, and if I am using infinite melee and I'm using the Code of the Earthshaker tree, I get 2 grenades. And damaging enemies with my Seismic Strike recharges my grenade. Well, Seismic Strike is my melee ability. If I get kills with my melee ability, I instantly get my melee ability back. So this is infinite grenades, and it's infinite melee, and this builds your super very quickly. Syntheseps are even better in my opinion. Increases the lunge range massively, and improves your melee damage when surrounded. So big groups of enemies, you're going to do a ton of damage if you're using something like Seismic Strike, which is an AoE, by the way. And, you know, even this is better for a defensive role. Even these are better for just shits and giggles. Doomfang Pauldrons, skip on them, Titans. They're not that great. Wings of Sacred Dawn. They're the prettiest, by far, this is one of the prettiest Warlock pieces of armor I've seen in the game. Or any piece of armor I've seen in the game. It's very nice looking. I love its design. I don't care that much for its exotic perk, even though I hate Warlocks and I don't play them. When Dawnblade is equipped, aiming weapons while in midair suspends you there for a short time. Precision hits extend this effect's duration. Yes, you do get some bonuses and effects from being levitated in midair, and having that effect extended can be helpful, but the downside is you're in the middle of the air, wide open, taking shots from all sides with no cover whatsoever. This is horrible in PvE. This is horrible in PvP. It's a pretty looking exotic with a horrible effect. Sorry guys. Really the only thing worth picking up this week is the Hunter exotic and the Fusion Rifle Merciless. So Hunters, congratulations. Good exotic this week. Not the best. There's arguably very good exotics for Hunters all around, but everyone gets a Merciless, which is a wonderful heavy weapon to use, and it looks nice and fancy. Just look at that thing. Yeah. Thanks guys for watching. I'm Guns. We'll talk about Xur and his exotics next week, and which ones you should and shouldn't buy. I'm gonna go do the raid some more. See ya. GG everybody.